Oh man, it's so flooded. Oh no. Hey guys, check it out. Long sleeves. It's cooling off around here. It's still gonna be in the 80s today, but it was like 58 when I left the house this morning, so fall has arrived to Houston and the water temps are going down. More on what that means for fishing later. Today, first, I just wanted to show you what I'm gonna be doing here today. So if you've seen my videos in the past, you'll know this spot, you'll recognize it. It's one of my favorites. I was expecting to come here today and have the water level be nice and low and for it to be calm, because it's been 2 weeks since we had any rain, since Tropical Storm Beta came. It is so much more flooded than I have ever seen it. I wasn't even able to get in my normal way. I had to bushwhack way around, and it's gonna be extremely challenging and difficult here today. The whole thing might end up just being a total bust, I'm not sure. But this is my only opportunity to get out this week. I just have a few precious hours, so I'm gonna give it my best. Hopefully catch something big. I'm going for a big catfish today, that's my goal. So let's get baited up and try to get some lines in that crazy turbulent water and see if we can catch something. I don't know if you can fully appreciate how violent that water is out there, how turbulent that is, but it's gonna be almost impossible for me to fish. It looks like there's some kind of calm water near the shore. I don't know if that's gonna be any good. I'm just gonna have to do my best. But for the first time ever, I'm gonna be using channel catfish as cut bait. I've got some tilapia also. So I'm gonna try this first. All right. This is my Shakespeare Ugly Stick rod, which I absolutely love. And I had gone and taken all of my braided line off this reel, and I strung it up with some 50-pound test monofilament. So this will be the first time that I've ever had monofilament line on one of my heavier rods, fishing for big catfish and stuff. We'll see. It's all twisted up. It's, you know, got that memory from the spool there, and it's really just making a huge mess of things, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's stronger and less susceptible to you know, fraying and being cut. So I've got this nice juicy piece of channel catfish. I've got a nice hook on here. Right now there's no weight, no floats. I'm not sure there's really much point. I could try to put some real heavy weight on there, which I may end up doing, but it's just gonna end up getting nice and snagged. So we're gonna just put that on here like so. Looks good to me. We'll give this a try. So one of the main reasons that I prefer braided line is because of this type of thing. See this? The monofilament line retains the memory of the spool there. So it's got, you know, these twists and everything just sort of built right into it. And you know, you can get more expensive line and there's things you can do to get this out, but I just find it to be a major pain. And this doesn't happen with the braided line. Alrighty, so on my big 10-foot long Akuma rod here, I've still got my 65-pound braid on. I've got one of these sinkers, and I put a leader on. This is 30-pound mono with a nice big circle hook. And I've got a small tilapia. This is dead. It's been in my fridge for a couple of days, but I stabbed this thing to get some of the blood and juice flowing out of it, and I'm gonna just hook this guy right through the eyes, and I'm gonna put him on whole, like so. And I'm gonna toss this out to where I think there might be a little bit of calm water. Hopefully this weight is enough to keep it in place on the bottom, but I'm not sure about anything today. I'm not expecting anything to go well today. I mean, even if I do catch something, it's like, how am I possibly going to land it? There's like this, you know, a whole ton of debris and stuff like extending off the bank, and today is just, from the start, been shaping up to be a disaster. So it's gonna have to be one of those, you know, oh, it's just nice to get outside today. I don't care if I catch anything. It's just nice to be out. So I would bet good money that both of these lines are already snagged up. Just threw them in the water, and that current and the amount of dead trees and stuff down there, I don't see how it hasn't just swept them right up into some kind of snag already. So, you know, if I could find a place, like, see on that opposite bank right there, how there's kind of like a little sand beach that goes straight to the water without any of the obstructions. See, I got all this crap between the fish and me. So if I'm trying to reel some big fish in, I'm gonna have to pull it through all of that. It's gonna be a total mess. That's if I can manage to catch anything, which I'm not optimistic about. So I don't know, I might have to hike downstream a bit and see if I can scope out a better spot. You know, I'm just sitting here trying to imagine how high the water must have been, how crazy, you know, fast it must have been running, and what this must have looked like right after that tropical storm hit. I mean, where I'm standing right now would have been way underwater, and I can't fathom that. It's been 2 weeks. The water has been dropping for 2 weeks, and it is still so incredibly flooded, so violent out there. It's just nuts. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get downstream a little bit and find a spot that's a little more user-friendly. Okay. So I'm scoping for a new spot to set up shop around here, but I'm not too optimistic I'm gonna find something. It's really tough going over this terrain here. I'm not as young as I used to be. Okay, this is definitely better. Definitely better. All right. Well, it's a real pain to pack everything up and move it, but I'm gonna move here. This is gonna be the spot. All right, so I picked up and moved, and this is just a little bit better. I might be able to make this work. We'll see. It's still going to be really challenging just because of how fast the water's flowing and how difficult this spot is, even at the best of times. You know, with all this debris around here, I'm just looking for a simple forked stick to help support this thing and prop it up, because my stands are in this really soft sand and I can't find one. I've been looking for like 10 minutes and I cannot find a simple forked stick. And there's like branches and tree debris all around. Okay, well, fishing off the bottom here, not working out. It's a total disaster. So what I think I'm gonna try instead is the opposite. I'm gonna take a big float and I'm gonna put a nice long leader on it And I'm gonna see if I can use this circular eddy here to keep my bait from going all the way downstream. The water's very clear, actually, like surprisingly clear. So it's possible that something, you know, will see that bait in the water and come up and grab it. So I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna leave one on the bottom, which I'm sure is just sitting in a snag right now, this one. And then gonna tie a float with a nice long leader on there. Well, if I end up catching a fish here today, it will be an absolute miracle. I finally saw a huge fish jump out there and break the water, so that's like the first little bit of encouragement that I've gotten all day, because otherwise this is just turning out to be such a complete disaster. So I'm gonna try fishing with a float. The only problem is it keeps swinging me into this line right here. So I might have to pull this line in and just like only fish with one rod, which I don't want to do. I feel like that halves my chances, but just it's just shaping up to be one of those days. So you can see my float out there. I'm having trouble keeping it out in open water. That's where I want it to be. But whenever I cast it out there, it just gets swung back around and ends up over there time and time again, which is not ideal. I don't think it's very deep there. It's probably not gonna work. So I basically just have to keep reeling it in and recasting it, but at least it's not getting snagged so far. All right, well, I could sum up how today's going in 2 words: total disaster. Yeah, unfortunately, I had no idea that there was gonna be this much water in the bayou. And no matter what I try, I just cannot make it work. Weights doesn't work, floats doesn't work, no weight, no float, doesn't work. Not a single bite here today. So, I don't know, I'm gonna just hang out for a little bit. It's a really nice day. Temperatures are very pleasant. I'm not getting eaten by mosquitoes, so I'm almost out of bait because I've had to break the line. I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit, use the rest of that up, and then call it good. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video or not. I feel like maybe I should just slap a couple of clips together just to show, you know, the reality of how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll switch over to lakes. Finally had a real bite. I was watching this float and I saw it get yanked under, and then something started pulling out line, but look how badly that's mangled. I'm not sure what that was, but I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and throw it right back in that same spot. Okay, so I'm seeing some fish activity on the surface right here where we got this just little tiny bit of calm water, and something grabbed my bait and pulled it under, and I've got a pretty big tilapia head on there. So we'll see. I've got a little piece of channel catfish just sort of sitting out there with no weight on it, and I've got tilapia head on a float. So I'm hoping that between the two of those, something will come along, have a go at it. All right, well, today's really shaping up to be a bust. I was just getting ready to pack it in, and then I got that bite. And so, you know, that got me all excited again and made me want to keep trying. Been fishing that same little spot now for like 30 minutes and haven't had any other hits. So there's one last little spot I can try on the way out of here. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I think there might be a little bit of calm water there, so I'm just gonna try that as sort of a Hail Mary last resort on my way out. And if I don't get anything, well then, so be it. Thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you next week. Thanks.